What if everything you've been struggling with, self-sabotage, chronic stress, anxiety, emotional pain, wasn't a flaw, but a message calling you back to your true self? Welcome to Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci, where we uncover the hidden causes of spiritual disconnection and guide you home to yourself. Traci is a doctor of metaphysical psychology, spiritual mentor, energy healer, and your transformational guide. This show isn't just self-help, it's a sacred space to break free from the unseen forces keeping you stuck. You'll learn to decode the messages from your body, release fear, and activate your inner power. Healing requires action, and you don't have to do it alone. Get ready, because Self-Healing Codes starts now. Good, beautiful day. I am Traci, and I am your doctor of metaphysical psychology. Welcome to Self-Healing Codes. The purpose of this 30 minutes together is to give us the space and the time that we need to align our body to our true path, our true and authentic self. And today we're going to talk about the self-healing code of devotion being a key and a light code of sacred energy that you gift to and share with your future self. But I want to debunk some of the things about devotion. Before I do that, this recording is on the 19th of December, 2025. And this is a really, really important year for everyone, whether you're a spiritual seeker or you follow the natural cycles of spirituality. This year, 2025, was the year of the snake. And to keep it really simple, this is about mythology, astrology, psychology. This is about following those cycles and rhythms, the natural laws that human beings as spirit energy follow. And 2025, being the year of the snake, was all about discarding, about shedding the old skin. A snake doesn't mourn the skin it's shedding from. It knows that it's already expanded and it's grown, and that old identity, that old facade, that old visual, emotional, mental, or spiritual energy doesn't serve it anymore, and it simply just slithers out. This is what the whole year was about for us as human beings. So if this year was hard or challenging or it tested your identities, please know that you're not alone. But this is the opportunity between now and the end of the year to really sit in contemplation and reflection on what you've devoted your energy to. Think of devotion as a sacred relationship with your future self. It's about having a vision that anchors you to the present moment. That vision becomes a compass that allows you to follow your true and right path. And it's also the map. It lays out what you are willing to devote your time, your energy, your thoughts, feelings, experiences, and expectations to. So before we go into the self-healing code of devotion and what it means, I want to talk to you about having a vision for the future. As we transition out of 2025, which is that releasing of old identities, what we're really doing is transitioning out of a 9-year cycle. In numerology, the year 9 is the end. 2026 in numerology is a 1. It's the beginning. What is it the beginning of? Of all of the ways that you've already learned about who you are, and you no longer have to carry that around in your energetic backpack. You're free. You get to release yourself, literally, like the snake, slithering out of your old skin. And as you step into the energy of new, a new beginning, a new slate, a new perspective, a new identity, you are leveling up in maturity, but also in your capacity to devote yourself to the most important thing on this planet. you. Your physical well-being, your emotional competence, your mental capacity, your spiritual connection, your character. These are all of the human being lessons that we've come here to learn. And so shifting into 2026, the year of the horse, some call it the fire horse, is moving into beauty, into momentum, into ways in which you're able to move freely. It's all about freedom. So if last year was challenging, this year, if this year has been challenging, and you haven't spent time contemplating and reflecting, if there has been no space for devotion to your future self, these next couple weeks offer that very important opportunity. Unlike a New Year's resolution that's probably going to last a couple of weeks, your vision for the future, again, is an anchor, a compass, and a map. And having a clear vision through one single word that you reflect on daily, that guides you to your highest good, is going to be super important, more important this year than any of the last 9 years. Why? Because stepping into the energy of 2026 isn't about the New Year's resolution for a couple of weeks. It isn't even about the vision you have for the year ahead. It's about the sacred devotion and the commitment that you're willing to make to the next 9 years of your life. Whether you believe in numerology, whether you follow mysticism, whether you're walking a spiritual path or not, this is a natural law. It is the law of rhythm. And rhythm says that we move in cycles. Mother Earth moves in cycles. Each human being moves in cycles. Our days move in cycles. The sun sets and it rises. The moon ascends. This is a really important conscious awareness, no matter where you stand. And it comes from this one single question. Who do you want to be over the next 9 years? And when we move that back to the present moment, what one word can act as sacred devotion to your future self? What one word can you come up with intuitively without doing research, without Googling, without calling chat, to just simply close your eyes and ask yourself how you would be willing to devote yourself to these next 9 years, to your unique becoming. This devotion isn't about discipline. It's about intuitive awareness. It's about being able to listen to what your body, the sacred vessel that is the tour guide of this space and time, what does your body need for you to let go of that you've carried for at least last year, but the previous 8 years before that, it built up. What can you let go of? What no longer serves you? And in that release, there's this sense of freedom, a space in which you can drop into with your eyes closed and your hands on your body, and you can find that one single word that anchors you. It anchors you to your physical body. It anchors you to your timeline. It anchors you to the reason that you chose to come to this space and time to begin with. You're a spirit energy, having a human experience. How do we make that experience better? We devote ourselves to a vision that carries us through each minute, hour, day, week, month, year, cycle. That singular word is a vision for the future. Now, as we shift out of vision and back into devotion, I want to talk to you about a couple things that devotion may have represented in the past. And I do have some notes. Devotion was never meant to be disguised as discipline. It isn't about force over energy. Devotion is having the capacity to be in relationship, sacred relationship, with your very first language. And for every single one of us on this planet, our native tongue is actually energy. Our very first language is energy. When we make devotion into an act of discipline, we steal our capacity to be able to listen to our intuition. And I want to read this one line that is really impactful if you embody it in your heart. The moment devotion begins to feel heavy, punitive, or self-erasing, it has already left the path of the soul and entered the realm of survival. This is a line in my new book, recently published for my community, the Chamber of Frequency Integrity, but being released publicly at the end of January. This book is called The Weird Path, W-Y-R-D, The Weird Path. And it's about the 8 sacred wounds that I've been talking to you about, teaching us the ways in which we embody being human. We chose to come here for a really important reason. And most of us don't know that. The first of those important reasons is to know thyself. But the second is to devote time, energy, emotion, thought, and experience to being human. It's what we came here for. And each of us have a completely unique experience. We all have our own thoughts, our own feelings, our own ways in which we navigate the outside world. And so devotion, not as a discipline, but as a sacred way of listening to your body, is an important path. And many of us on that spiritual path have already begun to realize that. And we devote our time, our thoughts, feelings, and experiences into things that now seem kind of flippantly as self-love, but they are truly devotion. Meditation, self-reflection, journaling, walking in nature, breath work. These are all ways to reconnect body, mind, and soul. And they shouldn't, and I know shouldn't is not a word a doctor of metaphysical psychology should be using, but this shouldn't be disciplined. This should be a flow of devotion. And when we are in that state of sacred devotion, what we're able to do is have a frequency that is higher than the collective. When the collective frequency can no longer affect and influence us because our devotion rises above the chaos, the overwhelm, the frustration, the anger, we can be the witness of that, but we don't have to participate. We don't have to be involved. We don't even have to stay in the conversation. No, thank you. That causes me harm and suffering. That in itself, those boundaries, those create devotion. The second point that I wanted to make is that sometimes the act of devotion, the sacred state of devotion, gets hijacked by survival mode. We come into these two spaces of what do I have to be, do, and have to survive or to feel loved? But we are all striving for this sacred energy of thriving. Who am I in thought, feeling, and experience without having to strive, chase, override? This is the state of thriving. So when over responsibility, self-abandonment, and false vows become entangled with your trauma, the way in which your body holds on to annoyances like itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb, pain, dysfunction, and disease, when those energies embody you, responsibility, abandonment, false vows, they override your ability to be in a state of devotion. And the challenge is that your body remembers every promise that you make. If you stay in that over responsibility, self-abandonment, and false vows, you are continuing to create promises to your body, promises that you're not worthy, that you have to please others at your own expense, that resentment, bitterness, or vengeance will carry you through. What we want to do is shift. Devotion isn't a practice, it's an embodiment. So what ways can you embody this download of devotion that we're going to receive today? And I would like to suggest that it starts with having one singular word that you use throughout the whole year as an anchor to the present moment, as a compass to your truth, and as a map to your sovereignty and whole being. So if you've already found that word, you can use it in place of devotion as we do our download today. If you haven't found that word, let's download this sacred energy of devotion. As always, it's going to be into the pineal or God brain, the transmitter and receiver between divine intelligence and self. In the heart, which is your soul's sacred space, and in the biome, which is your body's ancient wisdom, pulling ancestral remembrance into your conscious awareness. So as we download into these three places, you begin to embody the self-healing code. It becomes a key that unlocks doorways where an abundance of self-awareness is available to you, where truth, kindness, and compassion find you easily. But it is also the key that unlocks the cage that you have been in the last year, or possibly the last 9 years. So let's get started by finding a comfortable position, spreading your legs apart enough that you feel comfortable. Sitting cross-legged is perfect. I'm going to ask you to place your hands on your lap, palms facing up, symbolizing to divine intelligence and to Mother Earth that you're willing to receive whatever the key code of devotion is about to unlock. Again, your eyes are closed. You're taking a deep, gentle inhalation through the nose, and you're holding that at the top of your head for just a few seconds, calling every cell into attention, opening the chamber of frequency integrity. And as you exhale, soften your forehead and your eyes. Release the tension in your jaw and allow your shoulders to move away from your ears. Staying connected to your breath, inhaling through the nose and out through the mouth. Let your belly, your lower back, and your buttocks soften. Give your legs permission to be heavy and weightless. And with each exhalation, we're letting go of what no longer serves us. We're literally shedding that skin like the snake. And as you inhale, you're making space for devotion to anchor you to the present moment. You're grounded, open, and connected. You're following my voice. As an energy worker, I'm asking Source to download the true frequency and vibration of sacred devotion, reminding the soul how to return home to this body. As we download this energy into the pineal, It activates the third eye. All stories and illusions of over-responsibility, self-abandonment, all the ways your nervous system has not felt safe, those stories begin to melt. They are deprogrammed from the filtration system that your ego has used in the past. And it is here that the frequency and vibration of devotion is downloaded as a powerful and empowering story that guides you into a vision for the future, a way of remembering, healing, and rising. Take a deep inhalation, securing the space of devotion at third eye. And as you exhale, allow your breath and awareness to drop into the center of your chest. And it is here that the true frequency and vibration of devotion becomes sacred choice to come back to your body. It becomes a living frequency of self-healing. It opens all 33 facets of the heart that allows self-love to be ways in which you anchor yourself to this timeline, to remember your truth and your purposefulness. Take a deep inhalation through the nose and make space for devotion to land at heart. And as you exhale, allow devotion to drop just behind and below the belly button into the biome, the body's brain, where every cell receives direction. And in this moment, we're asking to cleanse and purify your biome, to release all the ways that guilt and blame, shame, anger, and lack have controlled and compelled you in the past. All the ways that you haven't felt safe, secure, and supported are deprogrammed from your biome. And here we download devotion. Giving the body permission to trust the path that you walk once again. To open space for a vision that can anchor you to this timeline, to your body, to all that you are destined to think, feel, experience, to know. Taking a deep, gentle inhalation, making space for devotion to land. And on the exhale, I ask you to bring your hands to heart center, to give yourself permission to know that you have received everything that you need. And let us give thanks for all that we have received, the known, the unknown, the cloaked, the hidden, and the disguised. With your eyes still closed, you're going to move your body in any way that you need to release my energy from yours. And may I offer you this final blessing. Thank you. May you shed all of the old identities that have controlled and compelled you. And may you move into the most beautiful experience of momentum that 2026 has to offer. I wish all of you a happy holiday season, and I look forward to being back with you in January when we return. Should you have any questions, concerns, or ideas, please reach out to me, Traci, Traci, at tracytrimble.ca. If you would like to join my Facebook page, Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci, please feel free to do that. And if you're curious about walking the weird path, specifically with the 8 sacred wounds, let me know, and I will send you my free newsletter. Have a beautiful holiday season, and thank you for being with me today, yesterday, and all of the days ahead.
You've been listening to the Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci on Transformation Talk Radio. Join Dr. Traci every first and third Friday at 9:30 Pacific for this portal of transformation, where truth is spoken, healing is activated, and souls remember who they truly are. Don't forget to subscribe and connect to her on Facebook at The Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci. Ready to take the next step? Explore healing sessions, activations, certifications, and her daily spiritual practice membership at tracitrimble.ca. Heal, remember, rise. Your journey starts now.